The well didn't work last week, so we got to come up with a new plan. We've been at our backyard pond project for a couple months now, and lately there's been a lot of you tuning in to check it out. Last week we hit a snag trying to put down our own well to hopefully fill this pond up full of water. And while that didn't work, you can bet your last dollar I'm going to be trying again soon. There were lots of great suggestions and comments about how I could improve my process. I'm going to spend a little time formulating a new plan, and we'll give it another go for sure. But as much as I'd like to see this thing full, it's time to take a little break from the pond project, and I've got to work on something that's arguably probably a lot more important. This next set of projects is hopefully going to lead to a lot of great memories, but like usual, I got a whole lot to do and not a lot of time to get it done.
Dig Drive DIY!
We're driving to see the Seven Falls.
First thing we're going to see on the honeymoon. Okay, look at the lens. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Here's Neil in the snow on Pikes Peak.
Since that first honeymoon trip out west, we have loved traveling together. There is just so much to see and witness out there that we take every opportunity we can to get out and experience it. How's it going, Trailblazers? Obviously, we've driven and ridden in the car, flown, stayed in hotels, cabins, rentals, and resorts. And even though we've had an RV for a couple years now, we've never let it really stretch its legs. Sure, we've romanticized that long road trip across the country, but so far we've not stayed out more than a weekend at a time and only a few hours from home. It takes a heck of a lot of work and preparation for a long multi-week trip in an RV. You've got to make sure the brakes are good on the motorhome. Brakes are usually a pretty easy task, but on this beast, everything is just heavier and awkward. And since the last couple of rides we've had in this thing felt like we were training for a rodeo, I thought maybe it was time for shock absorbers. It couldn't hurt anything. Turns out, it really didn't help that much though either. But for a while, we can tell ourselves it rides better. I think it does. Then some tune-up items. I changed out all the spark plugs in the motorhome, and I didn't film any of it, but you can imagine it's a pain in the butt up inside of a van, right? The most difficult one to change is still a Motorcraft plug, so I think that was the original. I changed out all the rubber boots too that go between the coil pack and the spark plug at the bottom. Runs better. Mechanically, it was getting really close now, so it was time to start thinking about the things that we've always wanted to do, like install a backup camera. That should make life a little easier in reverse. And finally, if there was time, this has been driving me nuts. This door has a problem. It's the mattress. We don't have the right mattress in this RV. The problem with the mattress is that it works fine as a mattress. It's quite comfy. Let's see. All right, my problem is I can't throw away a good working mattress, especially when all we got to do is trim a little off the corner. So right about now, I'm just like a lot of you folks that are looking at this and thinking, why didn't you just buy the right mattress that goes in here with the angle cut off of it? They make them, right? 280 bucks, that's why. It's worth a shot. If we're gonna buy a new mattress, we still can, but this one's gonna get thrown away if we do. I think too often we live in a throwaway society these days. My father-in-law likes to bring up the old lighthouse keeper's creed, and it's use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. If we're gonna fight inflation, I think we need to do a little bit more of that these days, but this is still gonna be a lot of work. I'm leaking a little. You'll have that. Honestly, that looked a lot worse than what it really was. It wasn't too bad. Just undo a few springs, a few connectors. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna get out some power tools though now. Okay, hold that. Go ahead and slide that pipe on there. Nope, on this one. Okay, hold it like that. Can you fight me with it? There we go. Okay, I'm nearing completion here on this project. It wouldn't be complete without a couple zip ties. Hey, come here, tell me what you think.
It's amazing.
Never fail to impress you?
Looks factory.
Just a couple zip ties. Because I added a couple springs just to kind of reinforce this edge, since I think that's where we'll be getting in and out all the time. It's right on this corner. Girls are watching the wiggles. I'm trying out these new flush cut cutters I got from Harbor Freight. They seem to work pretty good. I don't know, I thought this was all gonna be really complicated, but it wasn't that bad. It was just a little tedious. I have a high level of confidence that this is gonna work. So now to do the fabric part of it, which I'm not as cut out for as the welding part. That's a little hokey pokey, but this will be against the wall too. So this is back here
That's true.
against the wall. Yeah. So your point of entry is like 18 inches. All right, so I've done the modification. I'm no sewer, but I stitched up with zip ties. We think it'll hold for, we only do 3 or 4 trips a year, if that. So what do you think? Looks factory. It may slip down, I don't know. But this gets a cover on it. We put a cover on it, and then we've got another foam mat that goes on there, then all the bedding. And I think you put your weight, you don't put your weight here anyway, you put your knee up in here, so I think it'll be fine. That was only about $700 worth of labor for a $200 mattress. Ready to move it?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's all nice and clean on top.
Okay, I guess you're on that end. Just don't drop it.
It's gotten heavier through the day.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming through.
I had to wait until Kara had the bed made, but time to give it a final test. Oh, that seems a lot wider. Much easier. What do you think?
It's perfect.
Perfect. She said perfect, which means I'll take it. That's all a DIY husband can ask for. It's perfection. I was getting my side of things pretty much all done on the motorhome, and it was time to turn it over to the wife for prepping and packing. So I turned my attention to our little RV companion. On my in-between days and evenings when I can't work on the pond, I've been trying to get the motorhome ready for a big trip out west. We're also gonna try to take the Jeep. So with this setup, we're gonna flat tow the Jeep, meaning we're pulling it with all 4 wheels on the ground, just like a trailer. We'll also couple this with a little braking system from Blue Ox, and I'll show you that in a bit when we're all done. Yeah, that's basically all there is to it. This is really common practice, so I don't think it's gonna be a big deal, but the first thing I need to do is get the front bumper off and the front plastic, and then we'll get the hitch mounted up. Now it fits. They call this a whiz nut. It's a nut that's got a handle on it so you can stick it up inside the frame and get behind there from inside. So when we bought our motorhome, we already had the Jeep. And of course we had this fantasy of being able to pull the Jeep around across the country on our trips with the motorhome, park wherever we wanted to, and then take off on these little expeditions with the Jeep. Before this, I had a rule that I didn't want to take our 23-year-old RV more than 4 hours away from home. If I could take the Jeep, it would give me a little bit more bravery to go beyond the 4 hours. So we're gonna try to go to Colorado, which is 18 hours away, but not if I can't take this along with me. Okay, I think it's mounted up. Okay, so now we got safety cables, we got our lights. My light cable is not long enough. Brake controller. Okay, Kira's in the motorhome. I'm gonna jump in the Jeep and see if this brake controller is working. Never tried one before, it's kind of interesting. Okay, here we go, we're rolling. Let's see what happens when she hits the brakes. It works. With the Jeep now ready to tag along, I was down to picking up a few of those last minute essentials that I was going to need for the trip. Fortunately for me, my wonderful wife and daughters got all the other stuff bought, packed, and prepped. And now, there's nothing left to do but get out there and collect some more memories. Well, for as much time as I spent working on the outside mechanical aspects of the motorhome and the Jeep, I think you probably had as much or more time packing the inside.
A lot of trips in and out.
Doing laundry and food for, I don't know, what takes longer, getting ready to be on a long trip or being gone?
I don't know. Maybe getting ready, huh?
Are you ready to go on another adventure with me?
Yes.
Okay, 20 years of it.
Yep, sure went fast.
Yep. All right, we're headed out to Colorado. If we're lucky, we'll see you when we get back.
Bye.
Bye.